Hey, welcome back to my channel. So as you saw by the title, I'm going to be giving you guys a curl rehab check-in, and I'm also going to be sharing one of my go-to routines with you and giving you some tips to help with curl rehab and things that I've been doing that I think have really helped this process. The first part of my curl rehab, it can get a little tedious, but I make sure to have a wash day every 2 to 3 days just to make sure that my hair never gets too dry, and this really helps to avoid breakage. Today I'm going to be using the Bond Curl Rehab Salve, but first I need to protect my hair from my nails because as you see I have these jewels and they can catch your hair, so make sure you're always protecting your hair, especially during the detangling process. Because that Rehab Salve needs to go on wet hair, I am first going to go in with the Super Slip Prebiotic Primer. I'm going to spritz my hair with warm filtered water, and then I start to detangle with that primer first. This allows me to work in sections and to really feel my hair and to feel which areas need more attention. This is also going to make it so that the detangling process in the shower is basically, you don't even need to do it anymore because you've already done it before you do cleanse your hair. Another reason I like to do this step, especially outside the shower, is because if I feel any fairy knots or single strand knots, I use my shears and I take my time to get as much of that tangle out as possible, and then I will simply cut away the knot that is there. This is going to help to prevent breakage, split ends, and this is going to help with your results in the end. Now, I do want to say that usually with this primer, you do not rinse it out. You go right in with your cleanser. But because I am going to be using the Bond Curl Rehab Salve, I do rinse it out first, and then I go in with the Rehab Salve. To make sure that I'm getting all of my hair and to also help when I style my hair in the end, I feel like working in sections just always helps to just make sure that you're getting even coverage. And like I said, I feel like it helps in the end. So what I did is, you see, I put a plastic cap on half of my hair just to keep it from dripping. And then starting in small sections, I started going in with that Rehab Salve. And then I used my Tangle Teaser brush to work that through to make sure it's evenly distributed throughout my hair. And then I did 2-strand twists to train my curls. Now I do have videos on curl training for you guys, so I'm not going to go too much into this, but that is a huge part of curl rehab, especially when you are using the Rehab Salve or deep conditioning. A little tip with curl training is if you twist your hair and it comes untwisted, try twisting in the other direction. Now, whenever you work at the top section, always direct your hair up and forward. This is going to help at the end when you go to style your hair. It's letting your hair know, this is what I want you to do. I don't want you to be flat. I want you to be voluminous, and I want you to have lift at the roots. Once I have twisted all of the sections, I then cover my hair with a plastic cap, sometimes 2 plastic caps, and you can leave the Rehab Salve on for up to an hour. But for me, the sweet spot is 20-25 minutes, and then I go in and I rinse it out. And you don't have to worry about those twists when you go to rinse your hair. They'll come out automatically. So I am now going to cleanse my hair with the Curlsmith Wash and Scrub Detox Probiotic. Now, I forgot my gloves, so I had to be really careful. So I went and got my curlsmith shampoo brush. And as you see, you get an amazing lather with this shampoo. But the thing that I love is, and you can even see it, is my hair is still moisturized even though it's getting cleansed. So once my hair is cleansed, I rinse it out with warm water, and then I go in with the postbiotic calming conditioner. This is one of my favorite conditioners, not just by Curlsmith, but I think it's probably one of my favorite conditioners ever. I just love the ingredients. I love the way it makes my hair feel, the way it makes my scalp feel. And then I don't rinse that out. I layer on the Curlsmith Hydro Cream Soothing Mask. This is also probably one of my favorite masks. This is all from their scalp recipe line. And I don't know, I just feel like the scalp recipe line just speaks to me, just something about it. So because we already did that extensive curl training with the Bond Curl Rehab Salve, I'm going to do the lazy curl training and just finger curl my hair with these conditioners on. And then I'm going to cover my hair with the same plastic caps that I used for the Bond Curl Rehab Salve. And then I'm going to let my hair sit while I finish in the shower before I rinse upside down. So after I rinse upside down, I just wet plait my hair until I'm ready to style. This helps with definition. It helps to keep your hair nice and wet, and it helps to prevent frizz. The Curlsmith Weightless Air Dry Cream is probably one of my favorite leave-ins at the time. Even though I do not air dry, it still works perfectly fine with diffusing as well. I just love how lightweight it is, but it still gives me lots of moisture. And as I'm smoothing it into my hair, I feel like I literally can feel my hair getting that nice seaweed feel that I love to feel. Part of my curl rehab is to just make sure that I'm always giving my hair lots of moisture. So using a leave-in or some type of primer first that gives your hair moisture definitely helps. So for my gel, I'm going to be using another one of my faves. This is the Curlsmith Hydro Style Flexi Jelly. Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you guys enough how much I love this gel. You probably know though, because I literally use it probably with every routine. I just love the way that it gives my hair shine, but yet it's still lightweight. So I went in with those bottom sections, and then as you see, I've moved on to the top section, and I'm doing the same thing. First going in with the weightless air dry cream, then finishing with the jelly. And then now I am flipping my head over and finishing up, and then you scrunch out all the excess water and product. And oh, look at those juicy curls. Now, one thing I do want to note as I'm scrunching is, if you noticed, I sometimes will take my fingers and gently lift at the root and then scrunch. This will help with volume. So now it is time to diffuse. Now, if you want, you can wet plop first, but I just jumped right into diffusing. And as you know, I diffuse with the medium and cool temperatures with the high speed, and I'm just very gentle. And then when my hair is about 80% dry, I go in with that weightless air dry cream and I start separating curls. And if I have any curls that look dry on the ends, I give them a little bit of moisture too. And then I finish up diffusing. The same thing with diffusing. I use one hand and I lift, or you can use your pick and lift at your roots and then diffuse the ends. And this will help with some volume, and it will kind of keep your curls more defined and in place though. Just remember, it's really important to never use high heat and to always finish with the cool setting when you're diffusing. So as you see, my curls are looking amazing. I have no gaps, no see-through areas. They're all super defined. And now I'm going to go in and separate some of my curls with the Curlsmith Intense Treatment Serum. Now this stuff can get a little heavy, so do not go overboard with it. As you see, I kind of rub it on my fingers, kind of like lip balm. I scrunch it in after I separate my curls, and then I finish diffusing. That basically wraps up this routine, but I did just want to share a few more curl rehab tips with you guys. During curl rehab, I do not suggest any chemicals. I do want to get some blonde eventually again, but I'm going to wait until I'm completely done with curl rehab. During curl rehab, I do not recommend any tight styles, especially for more than one day. I also recommend deep conditioning at least twice a week during curl rehab. And most importantly, just enjoy the process. Don't compare your journey with anybody else's, and just know that if you give your hair the TLC that it needs, it can get better. Honestly, never thought that my hair would ever snap back, but it did. So I know you guys can do it too. And I also want to say thank you, Curlsmith, for sponsoring this video, and also for being a huge part of my curl rehab. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.